It's been well over a year since we last talked with these guys, and we've got them back in to see pretty much how they're doing these days. It is today's standard in studio with tonight, or as we joked at the time, C cubed, because you guys all share a C in your name.
We do.
Yeah.
Tell them who you are and what you do in the band.
My name's Chris. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Corey. I play bass and sing also.
And I'm Cody. I play drums.
Together they make up today's standard, and they make up an album. You guys have finally gotten that all together.
Yes.
Since last we talked, originally I think you were working on getting it together. You had started recording your tracks. You were getting your studio lined up. You've not only gotten your studio lined up, you've actually started, I don't want to say you're full-blown producers, but I have it from another performer that's been on the show. You've actually helped put together some of their music. So you're giving back to the local music scene in another fashion now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
as
trying
much
our
as
best.
possible. Yeah. Yeah.
For those that are thinking about maybe going ahead and trying to come up with their own setup, their own rig, any tips on a simple way to do that, Corey?
Help people out.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody needs to record, bring them in and let them record, because everybody's got their own music in their head they need to get out.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to reach out to the other bands.
No.
Kind of stay away from that competition thing. I know that's one of the problems that local bands sometimes fall into.
Can't let it be all about the money, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, or being better than anyone else. Everyone is good in their own right, and everybody deserves to express themselves.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that our music scene kind of has that camaraderie thing?
It does.
To it?
Yeah. It does. Yeah,
well, we're going to talk about what you're contributing, who you've been working with, what your plans are with that, and, of course, the new album. We're going to talk about some of the songs you've got, a couple of the tracks that we haven't heard yet. We're going to get to know all of that as we talk with Today's Standard tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. Falling into the realm of rock, alternative rock, and just some guys who love making music and having fun. We've got Today's Standard in with us tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. And yes, we have talked to them before. In fact, we just recently relived the anniversary special. You guys were on that. You did an in-studio performance for us the last time you were here.
We did, yeah.
The song you did then was Passenger Seat.
Yes, Passenger
At the time, you didn't have it recorded. You now do, though, right?
We do, yeah. It's actually, it's
on our new album.
Yeah, it's on the new album. We were working on it pretty hardcore the last time, so it turned out pretty good, actually.
Well, the in-studio performance was good, too. They can go relive that if they want. That's up on our blog from the last interview we did. But the new version, the produced version, is on your CD Limitless.
It is.
Yes.
Well, working on Limitless and to get it fully done the way that you did over the course of, is it been a full year or so since you did that? Or since we last talked,
a whole year to record it.
It took an entire year,
Trying to work in with your schedules at work because you guys have other jobs and you have other things and responsibilities. And so, to your credit, though, you have your own studio that you've built. Which took longer, getting the studio finished or getting the music recorded?
Music recorded for sure.
We kind of did them both at the same time.
Just kept adding stuff in, different mics in every song. Everything is like every song that we do has got like a different setting on it, so nothing's going to sound exactly like in the album.
Yeah. We basically got done recording one song and basically scrapped all settings and
went on to the next one.
Restarted everything.
And we try to use the least amount of effects that we possibly can, so we can
get a more natural sound out of it. Yeah.
We like to do everything we can old school.
Keep everything as true to the live show that we put on.
Going back to that philosophy of if you can't play it on the guitar, then you need to do something different.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Definitely. Not saying it has to be played on a guitar.
Words to live by. Yeah.
But there's a few artists that subscribe to that theory that you should be able to just crank it out on a guitar.
Exactly. I think that if you can't do it to 100% live that you would do it on the album. Really.
So in case of power outage, you guys are covered.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
Yes.
Well, working on these songs, how many songs are on the album total?
There's 10.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah, 10.
Yes.
10 total tracks. What was the hardest track on there?
Ooh, probably Holding Back. Just because we had to, we had to redo drums a few times. It was just, the drums gave us trouble on that one, best I can remember.
Yeah. Well, actually, in my opinion, I think I had the most trouble out because there's some crazy time changes in that song.
Those were both songs that we were writing as we were doing the album, too.
Yeah.
So probably the easiest was going to be Shadow, simply because you guys have had that song the longest.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's the very first song that we wrote as a band. Well, Cody wrote the song.
Yeah, I wrote that song in a basement one random day in like 20 minutes, and it came out really, really good.
Well, the writing of it was easy enough, but getting it recorded and put together to finally have it realized feels good.
It felt really good, and it came about really easily because we've been playing the song forever, and we really liked the arrangement of it. We didn't really want to change anything, and it actually been recorded a couple of times before
today's standard.
Mostly,
exactly.
mostly like unreleased EPs and stuff.
Yeah, so we just we kind of had a basis.
So this is the final version then?
Yes.
All right, well, let's share it. It's the final version of Shadow from their CD Limitless. It's today's standard on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. They've gone from talking about getting it together, working on getting it together, to finally having it together. It's today's standard with us tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. Last time I spoke with you guys, you were in the midst. You had a few songs together. You brought your guitars in. We did a little in-studio performance. You have spent that time since then just working on this.
Yes,
Is that how did they get that? Is that available, or can I run out to the store and get a copy?
Yeah, we've been talking to Compact Discovery about trying to carry it. We're actually supposed to take it down there.
Yeah.
They don't have copies of it at this minute.
So for now, your best bet is to be online.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a chance to get it that
yes,
way.
we're about to. There's a couple of songs on it on our Bandcamp page, and we're about to upload the rest of the.
What about performing outside? Have you put on a lot of shows since then?
As much as possible. I mean, we were playing a lot around kind of the Nashville scene, and then we were doing that a whole lot, and we kind of got burnt out from just doing that. Every weekend. We've been trying to play a little bit more locally.
When you say locally, what do you mean?
Just the Cookeville area.
Just in the Cookeville area?
Yeah, just the Cookeville
The goal
area.
is to try to build the Cookeville scene because you go from like where we started at. The Cookeville scene used to be thriving. We used to have a place called The Exit. MySpace.
Yeah,
it used to be
MySpace.
around.
Yeah, MySpace has been gone a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
we're from that.
We've been doing
we're
this
from
for
that
a while.
era.
Yeah.
We're from that part.
Yeah.
And then, watching it all disappear just saddens us. So we're just trying to figure out things that we can do.
Yeah.
Trying to do as much as we can to try to play as locally.
Well, and there's some more venues that have started to kind of cater to that. I know over in Baxter, they've got the Art Shop 13.
Yes, and we've played there recently.
I think when we were first starting out on the show, that was something that was just kind of hey, they're doing something. And now it's grown into something where they have more performances. I know you guys were there. And,
yes.
And I
that's
think
a really cool venue. We really
it's really
was
awesome.
it Stephen James's band from the
We do a lot of work with
And then you guys did something with the Ostrich Primer, I think, at the Coliseum. So that's another venue. And then
the New Year's party.
when it's nice enough, Crawdaddies has entertainment that can play there as well.
And we've actually we've talked to them in the past, but it's never actually went through yet, and we're still working.
And then, of course, we've also got Woolies. So we do have a few places in town, but you're right. The scene itself, it seems like there should be more bands because there are certainly more songwriters. There are more. There are more. Through the show, we've shown there are a lot of different talent. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that coming back.
And we love getting to play it here on the show, but it is nice to see it live. I think
it
that's
really is. That's
the experience of a band performing is just, there's something about that. It's like going to see one of your favorite bands in concert, but when it's a local band and it's a band that you know and it's people that you know, you have that extra bit of connection to it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that with the crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
Most definitely.
We try to have as much, crowd participation, try to
get everybody pumped up.
Yeah, try to just, get everyone to just have a good time.
Well, we're going to talk some more with Today's Standard about the local scene and adding to it, because you guys have been doing that too, not just getting out and playing, but helping bands get their material recorded.
Yes.
And we're going to kind of touch on that and maybe give some pointers. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I could certainly use some help with recording things. That's that kazoo band. It's still a dream. We're going to continue our conversation. We're going to continue our conversation with Today's Standard tonight as we continue with the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. Giving back to the music scene by, well, not just performing for people around the area, but helping the bands to get their music produced. We're going to talk about that with Today's Standard tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7. A lot of bands have started doing their own studio thing. I've talked to a few different acts that have taken the time to build their own little in-house thing. I think you guys were one of the first ones that we talked to that had started to do that. Now you've not only been using it for your benefit, but you've kind of started to branch out. People are actually coming to you to use your production.
Exactly. It's in Corey's basement. It's for a basement studio, it's pretty legit, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we just like to, try to help out as much because studio time's, extremely expensive.
Can be.
We recorded an album and it Cost how much did it end up?
$800.
Just under $1,000.
Yeah, it was like right at
like
$1,000 for us for 2 days. Like,
Well, I know I've seen some bands are starting to rely on Kickstarter campaigns or GoFundMe or something to try and get some support to try and get into a studio. But you guys decided, if we're going to raise that kind of funds, let's raise it once and just build the studio.
Me and Corey both have always messed with stuff like that. So we kind of had a basic understanding of it. Corey more than me. He's much
I really
better.
enjoy doing the audio engineer.
So now you're Mixmaster C.
Pretty much.
Well, you actually have been playing that, sort of, for a couple of other bands. I think you've worked, I know we talked with Stephen James a while back in his new group, From the Cellar.
Yeah.
And he said that he'd recorded stuff there.
I help him record almost every week.
Yeah.
And then you actually jumped in, too.
I've been a session drummer for probably like 3 or 4 bands. 2 of them actually has been on this show, or their music gets played on this.
Johnny Red, I think, is the other one.
Yeah, Johnny Red, I do.
We've had him on here, too. He used to be with Shattered. He's kind of gone to do the solo stuff. So you're lending out your talents then also as session. Are you doing that, too? Session musician?
Yeah, as much as possible. I mean, mainly just guitar work. I mean, pretty much everyone has a guitar player. You know, you can, like, throw a stick in a room and hit like 15 guitar players. So I don't really.
Now I feel better about that playing. Thank you.
But you know, people have used my equipment and stuff like that in the studio, and I've kind of, you know, maybe helped like do a solo here or there.
Well, getting to work with these other bands, bringing them in and helping them to record their material, work on their material, and play on their material. Does it enhance what you guys do on your own stuff?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, for sure. It gives me practice in the audio part of it with the computer programming and everything.
And also, I mean, it kind of just makes everything fresh. Where like you do the same thing for so long, you know, because our set list is all pretty much the same stuff. We throw new stuff in there every once in a while, but it just becomes mundane after a while, you know. And then you get to work on other people's stuff, and it kind of freshens it up a little bit.
Yeah, I really enjoy just having a new opportunity to play something outside of the band, a new voice, a new guitar sound, everything different.
Seeing different styles.
Seeing all that stuff. Yeah.
Getting a chance to play something that's maybe not in your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly.
It helps you be more rounded as a musician.
Yeah.
So then whenever you do come back to your material, you kind of look at your stuff and go, why don't we see if we can't throw this in there? Maybe
exactly.
Maybe there's a playing style that you hadn't thought to use before. So
definitely.
Breathes new life. Perfect.
Exactly, yeah.
But you guys got a little bit of help with each other as far as putting together Limitless.
Yes.
Your CD, you finally got it finished. In between producing other albums.
Yeah.
You did get yours done, and there's another track on here I want to talk about. First to Go.
Yes.
That's one of our more high energy songs. It's really gets people going on the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a song that me and Cody actually wrote together, which we don't do very often.
That was actually mine and Chris's first collab song.
First to Go. It's today's standard on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. Speaking with today's standard on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7, we've been talking for the last 2 hours or so about your music, your album, Limitless, which you have finally gotten together. You guys, I think you said earlier that you're trying to get that through one of the local stores.
Yes.
And you're working on doing that. In the meantime, it's online.
Yes.
They can get it digitally.
Yes, we will have it on
Pretty much how everybody gets it nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much.
So where can they go for that?
Our Bandcamp page. It will be live on our Bandcamp page.
So check out Bandcamp. Look for Today's Standard.
Today'sStandard.bank.
And then, of course, Facebook. Mm-hmm. You're on there.
Yes.
Just about everybody is.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know anybody who doesn't have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
But you guys do have the Facebook page. You also, Twitter, other places too, they can find more information there.
No,
you mainly
Twitter.
stick with the Facebook, I think.
Yeah, mainly Facebook and Bandcamp.
You announce concerts through that?
We do
gonna be
through our Facebook. Yes.
What do you got coming up?
Actually, we're playing a private benefit for, I don't remember, it's the 20th. Other than that, we don't have anything right now. We've actually been talking about maybe starting to record some more, but that's still kind of...
Goes back to that whole, you kind of got burned out on the whole traveling thing there.
Yeah, you know, you just, you get tired of playing the same music. We just really want to write some more music, basically.
All right, so next
recorded
focus
in the
is
process.
Maybe a show or two here or there. Otherwise, focusing on writing some new tracks. So that means when I catch up with you guys again, I'm going to have more new music to share.
Yes. Hopefully. That's the plan.
Sure hope so.
Yeah.
That's the part I like.
Yeah.
So big thanks to Today's Standard for coming in to talk with us. Appreciate you guys, as always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Our guest tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7.